Good morning, everybody. This is Seth David, and this is our webcast for Friday, September 19th, 2008. I've been spending a lot of time on QuickBooks and Excel. I spent some time on OneNote, and now I want to go through another tool that many of us already use, that I use every day, live and swear by it. And I encourage lots of my clients to use it, even if they are already using it. I encourage them to take the time to learn how to use some of the features of it that I found that a lot of people don't know. And it's simple little things that can make your life easier. One of the things that we need to budget aside from money is, of course, our time. And over, and I think more and more as time has progressed, as the technology has changed, a lot of us have less and less time because we're doing more and more, because the technology that we have at our fingertips provides for lots of efficiencies that weren't there years ago. And a lot of us run into that struggle with how do we manage our time better, especially when it comes to managing and balancing our personal lives with our careers. And a lot of us have trouble doing this, and one of the ways I've found that helps is by really using the calendar and Outlook in order to budget and manage my time effectively and efficiently. So I'm going to show you all a tip in Outlook that shows you how you can do some things with the calendar. One basic thing for today anyway that will really help you, and you'll see how it'll help in terms of managing your time, changing your schedule around if and when and as you need to. And you'll see as I bring us over to the sharing portion that this is really going to help you out if you're already using Outlook. If you don't use our Outlook already, then you may want to consider starting. If you have another calendar program, great. It's nice to have it in Outlook only because that's where I have my email and all my contacts, so it's really easy to get to my contact information. Sometimes I copy that information into my calendar appointment so that I have it quickly and easily. And of course, Outlook is synced with my phone, so this way if I'm on my way to an appointment and I need to call somebody, I know, because I've gotten in the habit of doing this, that all I have to do is go to the appointment and I've got the contact information for the person that I'm meeting right there inside the appointment. So I'm in a sample Outlook profile here, and what you're seeing, of course, is a blank week for this week because it is a sample and I haven't filled it out. But what I did was I put an appointment in there for next Thursday. That basically, might be the case that I set up an appointment with this guy GW, and we set it for Thursday next week at 2 p.m. And what often happens with me is, and of course as the week progresses, the time gets filled in. And the nice thing about this, and I'm in the week view, by the way, this gives me a very visual view. A lot of us are visual in nature, so it helps us to see things from that standpoint. So if I looked at just a text line item that said appointment with GW on Thursday from 2 to 4, it's not necessarily going to sink in. I find it's much more effective to look at a pictorial kind of view like this presents, so I can actually see here are my days of the week, here's Thursday, and of course this blue block of time lets me know that this time is already taken. I've made the appointment. And now I'm in the habit that I don't schedule an appointment with anyone until I'm in front of this calendar, and I can actually see for sure by looking at this when I'm free. And then, of course, what frequently happens is somebody else will call and say, Thursday at 2 is the only time I can do. Is there any way you can shift things around? At which point, of course, I'll try and do what I can to accommodate people. And so I'll call this guy GW and I say, hey, I've got somebody else who needs to see me on Thursday at 2. Is there any way we can change our time? And he may hopefully turn around and say, sure, I'm flexible. It's no problem. Can we do Thursday at 12? And let's say that that works for me because, as the picture suggests here, I have the week wide open. I say, sure, Thursday at 12 works, or Tuesday at 12 rather, let's say. And of course, there's lots of ways I can go about changing the appointment, but what a lot of people, and this is one of those features that I think a lot of people just don't realize because they never bothered to play with it and nobody ever showed it to them, is all I have to do is click on this box here that represents the appointment, and I can literally just drag it over. And I just drag the appointment over to Tuesday at 12, and now I can create a new appointment by double clicking on Thursday at 2 and say appointment with John Smith. And of course I color code things to help me understand what the nature of the appointment is. And as you can see here, I set up the appointment and I didn't really pay attention to the time frame. So the way it defaults is it's only from 2 to 2:30. So what I can do is I can drag the appointment down here to increase the amount of time that the appointment's going to take. And based on that, it just makes it much easier for me to, change and revise things. You can really use your mouse and your click and drag here in Outlook in order to, just keep your schedule going and keep it up to date, and it's really easy and convenient. Of course, the other way is to double click the appointment and just go in there and manually, change the date and time here and so on. But it's just an easy way for you to move things around your calendar and really, keep your schedule, up to date and in an efficient and organized and easy manner. So that's our tip for the day on this. I also want to very quickly to show you that we had a tip the other day on Microsoft Excel on how to put together a list of credit cards. And I've gone ahead and I've enhanced this. I've made it a little fancier. I've made it look a little prettier. And you can download this in our chat room by simply going to our website and entering the chat room. And you can go, there's a box there if you haven't been there, or if you've been there and you hadn't noticed, there's a little box in our chat room that has files you can download, and this file is available in there. All you have to do is go into our chat room as I'm showing you here, and on the bottom right in a second you're going to see the box. All you have to do is choose credit card list and choose save to my computer, and it'll download to your computer. It's perfectly safe. It's an Excel file that I've created, as you know, and what this will do now is it enables you to hold up to 10 pieces of information, 10 pieces of debt. So it could be a credit card, could be a loan, a line of credit, it could be your mortgage. Whatever the information is, you simply put the name of the card or lender, the account number, the interest rate, some of the other information that's handy to have at your fingertips in one place, the current balance, the limit. It calculates the utilization for you, which I discussed in the other day's webcast. If you didn't see it, by next week it'll be available in the old webcasts, which you can view by going to our contact information page. And then the minimum payment is what drives what your monthly payment is going to be every month. I call it the minimum payment here because initially we want to see what are the minimum we're having to pay on all the credit cards. But ultimately, the way this is set up, you're going to want to change that to whatever amount you're going to want to pay each month, which hopefully is more than the minimum. If that's all you can afford for now, then that's all you can afford. But as I've shown in the webcasts I've done, the minimum payment barely gets any debt paid off. It really just pays the interest. Once you have the information populated here in this sheet, what you can do is go over to the Debt Service tab. And in here, it's all tied in by formula to the previous sheet for each of the 10 cards or forms of debt that you can put in here. And then the only other thing you may want to do here is I've provided for you to enter in if you have new charges. Sometimes we just know we have a big charge coming up, a big expense, and we know we're going to have to put it on a credit card. So I provided for that here. You go to the credit card that you want to put it on, and let's say in December I know I'm going to want to buy holiday gifts for people of $1,000, whatever it is. I can just type it in here. And of course the amounts calculate and update from there. You'll notice of course the amount of interest I'm paying on this goes up the next month because I've just increased my balance. So that's just some extra information for you to know. Go to our website, visit our chat room, and feel free to download this. It's absolutely free of charge. And the next thing is, and the last thing is, that this week we're doing our Financial Freedom webinar, which is the second one. You can see the download of the first one for only $50 by simply visiting our Learning Center. And you go to the Learning Center and you can download the recording of the last Financial Freedom webinar we did, and or if you're inclined to sign up for tomorrow's webinar, it's $150 for a 3-hour class. I'm going to go over in QuickBooks what the basic financial statements are. I'm going to explain how to analyze them, what they mean, and then I'm going to show you how we can take one of those and bring it into an Excel spreadsheet and use that. And you don't have to be an Excel expert to understand the things I'm going to show you. You just need to know basic arithmetic, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And I'm going to show you how to take that information and use it to create a little cash flow projection. I'm going to project it out for a year, but I'll also show you that once it's set up and in place, all it is a copy and paste to extend it out further in that, and a little bit of information tweaking. In the process, I'm also going to go over a lot of formatting techniques in Excel that show you how to take a piece of information that's frankly not that pretty and make it look nice and easy to read and easy to understand and follow. So I hope everybody's had a great week. I'd love to see you in our webinar tomorrow. I'll be there live Pacific time from 2 to 5 p.m. going over this information. Visit our Learning Center. You can click on this link that's right here in the nerdy info box screen, and it's a live link even from the recording. You can click on it and go right into our Learning Center, learn more about the webinar, download classes classes we have to offer on lots of topics. And if you like that Outlook tip, I'm going to record a class and put a class up there on Outlook very shortly. So stay tuned, check back with us, visit our website, visit our blog, and have a great weekend.